Hello everybody, back into my channel, and today I want to discuss about chapter 2 about username in the Mikrotik. And before I'm forward to discuss this chapter, can we to subscribe, like, and don't give me dislike. Okay. And for this chapter we will discuss about username. For the default user that can log in at the Mikrotik router, group become 3 category class. For class number 1, this is full access. So user that has this access is user most hack level. They can do configuration like delete configuration, add configuration until add new user to the Mikrotik system. And then class number 2, this is bright user. So this user has configuration access like user that has full access, but user in this level cannot add new user, also cannot do process configuration backup. And the last user level is read user. So read user with this access just can do monitoring at the system, cannot do configuration like add the user with level red or full. User that I mentioned in this chapter, this is user that used for configure your Mikrotik router. And in default, Mikrotik router will use admin as the username without password. For log user list in the Mikrotik system, you can use this command. Okay. In my capture, you can look just access admin user with access full, whereas not address 0.0.0.0/0, pointing that user admin can access or login Mikrotik router anywhere in internal network, LAN, or from internet. Because as the default, admin not has password. So for giving password, for the example password 123456. At user admin, you can use command like this. For add new user, for the example user operator with password QWERTY that has access read and just can login to the Mikrotik router from computer with IP address 10.10.10.10.2, so you can use command like this. Okay. And if you use Winbox, so the configuration can do through menu system, user, and add. Okay, for the next we will discuss about identity. Its router must has identity or hostname. Very useful for you can distinguish its other router. If turn out you have couple router in network, as the default identity that use is Mikrotik, for can configure new identities, so the command that you can use are like this. If you use Winbox, you can do drop menu system and identity.
Hey guys, before we discuss next further about my video, can you to subscribe? Thanks.
Okay, and for the next we will discuss about NTP network time protocol client. In particular condition, Mikrotik router must work based on time, with that day or the clock. For the example, if you want to block internet access beyond work hour or block couple website in the particular time, for Mikrotik router that install at the PC, this is not become problem because computer motherboard their battery that can endure time configuration. But for Mikrotik router that not have battery, so this configuration will messy. Its router restart. For general router but not have battery and will start the time calculation at time 0.0.0. It's once restart. For that's inaccurate time configuration, so at the router Mikrotik need to configure network time protocol or NTP we call it. NTP is protocol that used to synchronize time, day, date, month, year, and clock between the phases in the network. Router Mikrotik need to new NTP server that exists in the internet and struggle to adapt with time configuration that exists at that NTP server. For synchronous time configuration at the Mikrotik router, you can use NTP server suite with your country location. For use time that exists at the NTP server, so Mikrotik router must configure as the NTP client. You can use command like this. Okay. For the next, you must configure time zone suite with your location. For the example is my location in Asia, Jakarta. Comment that you can use for the example like this. For the next, you can check NTP configuration result before what the time synchronous with actual time already. Command to check that configuration are like this. Okay. If you use Winbox, so NTP client can configure through menu system, and then SMTP client like this capture. Whereas for look what the Mikrotik router synchronous already with NTP server, you can look through menu system and then cloud. Router Mikrotik with new router OS version compatible with feature auto detect at the NTP configuration. So the configuration time zone sometimes not need to configure. You just need to activate feature auto detect and Mikrotik router will adjust them automatically. For activate feature auto detect at the NTP client, command that can do like this. Okay, and for the next, we will discuss about monitoring. So after network settle and the couple computer client can access internet. So for the next, you must know why to monitor or observe activity from each computer. There are a couple tools that available at the Mikrotik and can use with easy. For the example is ERP, Address Resolution Protocol. Address Resolution Protocol (ERP) is protocol network local that used to make mapping between IP address with MAC address that own the computer host. This mapping dynamic, it means Mikrotik router will search alone MAC address computer user based on IP address from that computer. To IP address mapping that map the ERP, you can use command like this. Okay. From my explanation showing that your router now exists 3 computer user that connect with interface ether2. If you look line with index number 2, so look if user number 1 have IP address 10.10.10.2 with MAC address 00.1e.68.55.e9.d8 and other information that you can look. The router ESP has IP address 60.1.1.1 with MAC address 00.0.0c.42.76.58.86. You can look again at the picture 2.1 to check again. And if you use Winbox, so you can look mapping through menu IP and then IRP at this chapter. Actually, mapping IP and MAC address you can make become static. So user cannot use IP address on other user because if that user change IP address, so mapping IRP become not valid anymore. This is make user computer cannot connect to Mikrotik router. For the example, you want to make Mikrotik router know if user that has IP address 10.10.10.2 is computer that has MAC address 00.1e.68.55.a9.d8. So command that you can use are like this. Okay. If entering mapping ARP for computer user, you make static already, so the result will look like this. Okay. After you map for ARP entry become static, so that for user computer cannot exchange IP address each other. For the example, computer with MAC address 00.1e.68.55.a9.d8 try to use IP address 10.10.10.3, thus computer will cannot connect to the Mikrotik router. This is because your router knew if that must use IP address 10.10.10.3 is MAC address 18.03.73.90.01.9. Okay, for the next tool that you can use is IP scan. With your IP scan, you can use for look IP address that use the its client. This tool also possible to you to get option to look IP address that connects to either interface Mikrotik router. For the example, if you want to look with IP that use the computer user that's connect to interface other two, so command that you can use are like this. If you use Winbox, so tool IP scan can access to menu tool IP scan like this capture. Okay, for the next tool MAC scan. Other tool that you can use for monitoring network is MAC scan. This tool can use for look MAC address from its computer user that connect to either interface Mikrotik router. This tool also can giving information MAC address even that computer not use IP address that valid at that network. For the example, if their computer that use IP address 192.168.10.2, whereas IP address that must use at the network are 10.10.10.x. Command to use MAC address for the example to all MAC address from computer that's connect to other two can look like this. Okay. And then for the next application that you can utilize in the Mikrotik is Torch. Torch is tool that can you use for look with real-time how many printers that still use the its computer. This tool very complete. You can do monitoring print based on IP address sender, IP address destination, or based particular network protocol. In this example, I just show with example how Torch used to print with consumption the computer that's connect to other two. Command that you can use are like this. Okay. If use Winbox, this tool can you use stroke menu tools and then Torch like this capture. Okay, for the next we will discuss about maintenance. For necessary maintenance based from Mikrotik router, this command that you can use like this. Okay. If you use Winbox, so for the shutdown Mikrotik router, you can use menu system and then shutdown. Whereas to reboot router Mikrotik, you can use menu system and then reboot. You can also reset all configuration that already created if you want to break default configuration or factory reset setting. If this way you do, So IP address from Mikrotik router will back to IP 192.168.88.1/24 with username admin without password. Command that you can use to reset configuration are like this. Okay. If you want to reset all configuration but not want to back to default configuration or factory setting, so you can use command like this. Okay. And then for the next we will discuss about how to backup. Mikrotik router can backup to prevent reconfigure if one day you will move to other router machine. This backup also useful when you do wrong configuration and want to back to configuration before. Configuration that we backup will save in file shape. That file you can download to computer or save to your flash disk. For doing backup configuration, command that you can use are like this. After you do backup configuration, so file backup result can you look with command like this. And to do backup through Winbox, you can directly do through menu files with click button backup. When you do backup configuration, you can do backup with determine specific name file and giving password to that file backup. Use password can prevent the file backup configuration used to other people. For the command that you can use are like this. Okay. To take file configuration to save at the local computer or flash disk, you can directly drag and drop that file through Winbox. But if you cannot do through Winbox, that file can download use protocol FTP, access your Mikrotik router, use browser with use URL like this FTP 10.10.10.1 like capture. Okay. Okay, and for the next we will discuss about how to restore. To restore file backup, so become configuration that you can use command like this. You just determine which file configuration that will load again and become router configuration. If file configuration still saved at the local computer or flash disk, you can do drag and drop to the menu file at the Mikrotik router, then change file configuration that you want to restore and then click the restore button.
Hello everyone, if you are new at my channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, tag, and subscribe. Okay, thanks.